This video is for all the people who are constantly getting shot in the back, dying around every corner, and pretty much just overall not quite performing how they'd be expecting to in this new Call of Duty. I'm going to be trying to highlight some different aspects of the game that I feel if you get right, you can really maximize your potential. I really recommend that you guys try and make it through this whole video, as the deeper we get into this information, the more the whole game plan is going to fit together. So first, let's talk about what guns to use. Most maps only have a single long sightline, and for the most part are pretty small. And with most of these maps being really close quarters, we really see a trend of the high fire rate weapons start to come through as the dominant choice. And that's why you're seeing weapons like the Maddox, the Spitfire, the SOG feel so strong in this game, because it really just comes to how many bullets you're putting out in the shortest amount of time. Continuing on this theme, attachments like Quick Draw, Stock, and Fast Mags all allow you to outpace your enemies in tight gameplay. Keep these attachment choices we're making in mind as we proceed through the video, because it really highlights the type of gameplay that we're looking to get to. So what score streaks to run? In my opinion, you should only be running score streaks that you feel are obtainable. In what comes with being a bit harder to get, score streaks in Black Ops 4 are crazy strong. Pretty much everything above Hellstorm is going to guarantee you multiple kills. This makes the Carrick package actually become quite strong, in the sense that even if you do just get a UAV from it, you can still get enough points from just that UAV to get a new RCXD and then get another care package from that. The Hellfire missile is a really reliable way to get a couple kills and a nice gateway into some of the later score streaks. And one thing that I can recommend for reliable fun gameplay is just to run RCXD, UAV, and care package. And then who knows what you get in that care package, but the RCXD is always a confirmed fun kill. And my final thing about the score streaks is to run ComSec. Score streaks are by far the most fun thing in this game. You get to absolutely destroy the other team. And if there's some way in the game to get them more often and an easier way to obtain them, run it. Do whatever you have to do to adjust your gameplay to stop using the crutch that is Stimpack or body armor. So how to win 1v1 engagements. My number one tip in this whole video is, from the moment you spawn, assume that every corner you turn is going to have an enemy around it, hardscoping it with a Titan. So there's our situation. You've got this guy down there, you know he's watching and waiting for you, but he's waiting on you to peek. So what are we going to do here for you to be able to come out with the kill? So if you want to start turning these situations into your favor, then there has to be three things that you're making sure you're doing every time. The first of the three is super easy to do. Just stop sprinting around corners. If you're running around corners, you're just going to keep dying over and over again. But you're like, no, I've got Gung Ho, I can sprint wherever I want. No, Gung Ho's a defensive perk where it's nice to be able to pull your gun out as an emergency and still secure the kill. But I think if you're wanting to have that playstyle, just take lightweight instead. The next thing is something that pretty much everybody can work on, and that's reticle placement. So you're going to want to have your reticle exactly where you think the enemy is going to come in. If you know that they're going to be walking around the corner after they spawn, just be waiting there for them, and as soon as they turn the corner, they won't be able to get their aim onto you before you've already killed them. Third thing that you've got to be doing if you want to be winning as many 1v1s as possible is basically just the reverse of this last one, where now if the enemy has your spawn hardscoped and you're going to try and get around that corner and kill them before they can kill you, you have to come around that corner in some way that they're not quite ready for. For me, I like to jump around corners and try and right click in on them while I'm in midair and get that first shot on them. But for a lot of people that means sliding or even just shoulder peeking, getting them to fire and then re-peeking. And now we're going to talk about 2v1s, where instead of turning a corner and there's just one guy there, all of a sudden there's two and you die almost 100% of the time. And that's my main advice about 2v1s, is don't seek them out. Winning a 2v1 is extremely hard. My best advice is to always kill the enemy that is paying more attention directly to you. If you feel like maybe the trailing enemy of the two is going to snap onto you faster or maybe react to you shooting faster, then they're the higher priority target. If you can kill the high priority target and return to cover and heal before the second person catches on and is able to kill you, then all you have to do is just win a base 1v1. By remembering our 3 key combat rules that we talked about before, along with just staying near cover and timing those heals perfectly, you can come out on top of those 2v1s, but again, it's not something you should be looking for. If you turn a corner and there's 2 guys there and you definitely don't have time to kill both of them and they both see you at the same time, run away from that. Get as far away as those 2 people as possible, because they will kill you before you can kill either one of them. And now let's get on to the last part of this video, and where we can kind of put all of this information that we've just learned into use, and that's how to control the map. To control the map is to hold the objective, or in just a TDM match, the main area of the map, and knowing where the enemy team is spawning. Between those 2 pieces of information, you should have everything you need to reliably hold the map down and get those wins really quickly. The first step of map control is actually knowing where your team's spawning. Always pay attention to where your new teammates are spawning in, because you know that wherever your team's spawning in, the enemy team isn't. Further with this information, we know that the enemy team isn't going to be spawning in between your living teammates and where your teammates are spawning. So if your teammates are spawning at point A and you guys are at point B, you know that the enemy is most likely going to come from a C side of the map. So now you know what side of the map the enemies are coming from, you can start to really reduce the sight lines that have the potential of an enemy coming through them. It means that when you're posted up in the middle of the map, instead of covering 5 entrances to get into the main area, maybe you only have to look down 2. And when you think back to what we were talking about before when it comes to trying to get the advantageous position on your enemy, this is really what it comes down to. All of a sudden, when they are having to play wide open on the map, but you know almost exactly where they're coming down, that's when you can start to do things like pre-fire and just overall be killing them before they're even out of their spawn. When you finally have map control and you can start to spawn trap them, the biggest thing is that you pay attention to your kill feed, and that as you kill enemies coming out of their spawn, that they continue to spawn down there. Because as soon as you feel like the enemies are drying up and maybe there wasn't quite as many as when they first were spawning there, it usually means that they're spawning behind you and you're about to die from behind. And my advice with that is just don't be the last person on your team to push into the spawn. If you see that your team's starting to aggro in, just go with it and pick up the kills instead of being the furthest person back, not getting kills, and then being the first to die once the spawns do change. And remember guys, all this stuff I'm telling you about map control, how to win 1v1s, the 3 rules of engagement, these are all things that you should 100% be implementing on the next Call of Duty game you play. This is not new stuff that's going to take time to get into your game. So when I say don't take a gun battle that isn't advantageous to you, don't take it. All you need to do is go into each corner knowing that if there's somebody around there, you're going to be able to put bullets into them before they can do it into you, and you'll win every game. I'm going to be putting out more videos like this, guys. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe. My name is Fishface. Peace out.